Dearest sister, I am not certain what I am going to do with my grandson. He will make an excellent addition to the camp either way. Part of me thinks that I should continue his training as my heir, and part of me thinks that I am too young to give up on a child. I don't know. Since I have been here on the road, feelings of romance. It is like my blood is heated more than it ever was before. Wait, this is not an appropriate conversation to have with my sister. But I will add, simply, I think soon I will find myself a wife. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel, and newcomers alike. We are here once again with the Valenciano Ducks. Okay, I do have a thing. I might, just for RP purposes, I might make our grandson into our dynasty, because it's super weird that the game didn't matrilineally marry her, because it doesn't make any sense to me that after we raise him, he won't accept the adoption, even though it says he can't. And in spite of the fact it says insignificant families can be adopted, so that's a thing. We might do that. I haven't decided yet. There's still lots of things ahead of us we could do. For example, we could make our second daughter our heir. We could actually do that right now. You can just designate anyone in the camp as your heir, and if they're in your family, they'll inherit the camp, you know? So that's one way, and then it would pass to her children. That would easily solve the problem. So just to be clear, most of my concerns about children is not like game survival concerns, they're RP concerns. We're hanging out here in Massin, in the territory of Wali Kapusa, and we're in this nice oasis here, which is really nice. I think we're gonna go over and do this Hobnob with Ruler job to start. Let's travel over there. We can switch off the mercenaries, back to our personal army. Where is it? There it is. Again, personal army's not that good, but it's free. Oh, whoops, we clicked off that. Instead of personal army, we could spend a bit of money to make it perfectly safe, but I don't think so. I don't think it's worth 5 gold. We're good. And let's accept the contract. Okay, we have 640 gold, which means very quickly we can go over to the university trip. I think we probably could have done it right now, if I remember correctly. But we're gonna do this job first, because jobs are important. 675, so we're missing the 75. So yeah, we do need to do a bit of work. Let's get out there and finish that work up then. We gotta make sure we don't spend any money, because we have very big eyes, and our stomach is very small right now. Let's remember we're here to earn the diplomat. Ooh, my wife's husband, Ali Colon, is actually a good diplomat. Great, put him in there. Of course, the second best, previously best diplomat is still William, my brother. Get in there. For a shill, we have Asaka, dab hand. Impressing Naib Dalal feels like a season's work sometimes. Despite being hardly the world's greatest noble, she has very curious notions of the standards other people should be held to. In situations like these, the safest thing to do is likely to fall back on what I'm best at, to pick something I do well and let my skills shine. Ooh, my lured mind will surely impress. We'll impress her with our shrewd mind. That seems like the most likely to succeed. Our bodyguard should probably actually be our bodyguard. Hamid the giant, who we met on the road last time. He needs a wife. We need to find more people in towns, which means we need to save money, which means the university trip has to be over. It's the easiest way for us to get courtiers. She's not married, but she's a little old for it, right? We married our brother to Constantia. We married her, so I think oh nope, our chief forager is too new to have been married. Well, let's arrange a marriage for her to the giant. Actually, we need to have our other bodyguard, our second, be married. So there we go. Paid in advance. There's no guarantee that Naib Dalal will ultimately even end up giving me gifts. No matter how well I simper at her feet, it's clear that I must act, applying all the pressure I can to acquire a loan in advance. 92% chance to succeed. It's very bad news if it doesn't. Do it. There you go. Do you know why I have traveled to your glorious city, Naib Dalal? I didn't know. I thought it was mostly just to scheme money from me. Wow. You must acknowledge, at least, that I am a great scholar. You seem to be a good scholar compared to other northerners. Yes? Well, I have come this far, away from my land, to visit the great university of Sankor. Ah, so you acknowledge the significance of the region's learning, do you? Yes, the many cultures here have studied a long time, and we are very old. We know a great deal. You make a good decision, yes. But sadly, I am a bit short on funds after having traveled so far. Ah, you know, you are quite the salesman, Bernard Hugh. That donation assures the university trip and puts us in a little bit more good stead with money. She is not currently happy with us, so we could also just drop a sway in here. Maybe we get a couple of good ticks on a sway while she's, ooh, 65%. Maybe we don't do that. And I have not done a sway yet, so I haven't actually checked. I forgot about checking for compatibility. She's sadistic, content, and fickle. She has a trait in common with us. So yeah, she could be swayed, but I'm not sure it's worth swaying her when it's only 65%. We don't want to stress ourselves out because we expect people to like us. Or we could, no, it's fine. Any other work in the region right now? No, not really. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to do, which is I wanted to go to my grandson and I wanted to influence his personality to make him brave, like me. That's my boy. Brave it is. Look at you. What a great kid. He would almost accept. He would almost accept without being our friend if he didn't have the wrong, if he didn't have the Dynasty thing. Which means we're probably going to end up fixing that, I think. Because I like him. I think he's a good kid, and I'd like to put him in charge of the camp. And I find it weird that, in spite of the fact his father has no better prospects for him, he can't become head of my camp just because, I don't know, doesn't count as insignificant enough, I guess. Follower gains a nickname. He's loyal because he's loyal. Camp followers are their nicknames. Oh, he's gonna get 4 traits because we gave him the trait and then it still triggered his last trait thing. So we can make him gregarious and he becomes our friend. That's happening. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for that line, right? If it wasn't for the fact that he's, his dynasty isn't insignificant enough to count as an insignificant dynasty, he would make a great heir. So his dynasty might change between this episode and next. I'm not 100% committed to that idea. Things that happen in this episode could change my mind, particularly if our second daughter has a son, because we could do the same thing with that grandson and he would actually just accept, you know? We should find guardians for our granddaughters. I could pick one of my granddaughters and make her the leader of the caravan as well. So educate the child. Who is going to do it? You want to be, you're bossy. You can do stewardship or marshal. Well, let's look at choices here. For stewardship, wait, I'm changing the wrong person. We're changing the wrong part. No, this is fine. You want to change me. I would be a great educator for if she becomes a steward, and the giant would become a great educator if she becomes marshal. I think we're going to have the giant trainer. I think that's cute. What is his culture? Oh, he's Andalusian. Maybe we convert our culture. I think that would be pretty cool. And then her sister needs an educator. We should just check and see if there's any other children in the camp too. She is a twin. Of course, she's learning. I'll put her on learning. We're gonna see if we can educate that slow out of her. I don't know if that's possible. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to educate the slow out of her. We're gonna make her our own like special project. We will also convert her culture to Valenciano. Good. I like that. Bunch of fight corruptions, which we can technically do because we have a bit of an army. It's not that big an army yet though, and we can't spend money on it right now. And it's filled up though. That's good at least. Anything else we need to do right now? Not really. One thing is we never did succeed at changing his culture, and it looks like it's not going to actually tick, which is fine, right? It's fine. I say, and then it literally ticks on the screen. See, look at his hair. Look, that's why you need to be Valenciano, because we have the very best of hair. It's just the truth. There we go. I'm really fond of this kid. I really want to just change it. Really want to just change him to my culture ahead of time so that I can convince him, because he'll definitely take it now that we're friends. The other thing I could do is I could take the restriction for adoption off, the one that, and put it on the setting that makes it so that you can't you can adopt anybody. At this point, we're way past the point where we care about achievements because we're not trying to achieve any achieves. I think we're gonna stick with prose and poetry. No, people and places and people for the diplomacy. Right, that's what we were doing. We have enough learning already. And this is getting along pretty fine. I think it's going to be close to 100 by the time we get enough. By the time we can trigger it with that 5 advantages, so we'll be fine. We'll just finish it then. She already gave us enough money that it's worth it anyway. Once we see how much money we're going to have, we will pay for the university trip and consider an upgrade to the camp. Pavilion upgrade is important, but it's very expensive, and there's still lots of stuff we can still do. Dentist tools are good for disease resistance. We already got our special building for camp perimeter, but we could always raise camp perimeter to another level, to there, right? It's 108, which is something we could afford. Shouldn't be on pause while I'm talking about stuff. We could also raise the, hearsay. So you have come to me telling me that the local Wali has a secret Yeah, I'm interested in collecting people's secrets. I like to know everything. Oh, he murdered somebody. Who did you murder, sir? I'm not here to make him mad though, so we're not gonna call it on him. We just like to know things, you know? Makes our writing more interesting, right? When we write our little letters, it makes them much more interesting. She's too far away to communicate with. I was gonna say we could synergize the friendship, but she's so far away that that's not gonna work. One disadvantage of being so far away from your best friend is you can't synergize with them. Yeah, I mean, the most likely thing we would do is we'd either upgrade a smaller building or we would put something here. Ooh, Wanderer lifestyle perk. We'll just put a pause on that for a minute. Mortician's tools would be good if we decided to become mercenaries. I mean, there's literally no point, there's no reason why we couldn't fight in petty battles, because we are, you know, quite strong enough to at this point. And we have good knights and leaders. Let's do it. Let's build the Mortician's tools. So we could be like... We're like a camp of traveling shops. We help people deal with their dead. We we help them with their living with the wounded, and then we get them drunk afterwards so that they can feel better about both. Yes, that is our way. Finally there. Points of interest stress loss is very good. Okay, we're effectively done this. We actually ran it over because we were on that other screen. So let's just execute the scheme. Seize the moment. 33 gold, 150 provisions. We have a long path ahead of us. Yes, we do. Always have a lot to do. Places to go. New people to meet. It's usually quite wonderful. Let's university visit. Here, 675. Why won't it let us do it? Oh, we're traveling. Of course we're traveling. There is a plague there. We will encourage a friendship between our giant and our brother. They think we're overbearing, but they still love us. Yeah, it's fine. It's not good news. We can't head there in a plague. We're not set up for that. So are you on your way to the university now, Master Bernard Hugh? Oh, the trip actually has to be delayed. You're not scamming me, are you? That money was to see you go and study among the locals. It was not to see you wander back home and spend it on wine or whatever it is you do. No, there's signs of plague, so we're going to go south first. A wise decision, and I apologize for making fun. You should definitely go south if there is a plague. Desert plagues can be very, very uncomfortable. So let's quit planning the activity because we're not set up for heading there during a plague, and maybe we go down and around and visit all these like kingdom capitals and then come back over to it, right? I wonder if there's anything good that we could do a monument expedition to when it comes back up. We put this up so it tells us. I don't know why it's saying no, because we're traveling, of course. Well, we'll let ourselves get back to camp first. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're always getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, we could come down here and fight corruption. We could fight corruption over here. I mean, I think that's fine, right? Bully people with some troops. We'll have to replace troops afterwards, but we're not really doing any mercenary contracts right now anyway. I'll move my camp there. We'll take mercenaries. I think the pay for this one is worth it to take the mercenaries to make it safer. To customize our route. Cool. And then we'll come around this way. Well, you're like insisting on going there? Because I'm not insisting on going there. We try to find some safety on the road, man. Education at an end. So he's done his education. My grandson, he did okay. You know, he could have done better, probably because we got him so late in life, but I still think he's great. I'm glad we camped in a place where he would get a merit trainee trait, because those extra 2 learning are going to help him out in his future. Now he won't accept. It looks like his opinion of me has diminished a tiny amount, but we can push that back up easily. Oh, it's because we lost the Guardian bonus. Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out, right? Fire! We're going to evacuate people from the houses, I think. You know what? I actually think, being the smart man we are, we will organize the bucket brigade. Oh, we're brave. We got to do it. Unscathed. We are an unscathed firefighter. In a distant land, one of our relatives lost his nose to a fire just like that on the road. Master Bernard Hugh. What is it, Saka? There's this story that I heard. It traveled along quite a ways, but I thought that you would be interested after the fire last night. Oh, what does it pertain to? There is a man, a great king, far in the north of here. He comes from a house called Vardovsky. That's very similar to the name of my founding dynasty, Vardos. It is. It's said that when he was a boy, he was marked for greatness when he lost his nose in fire. I wonder if such a man could be a relative of yours, considering the bravery I saw you show last night. Many people think that you are meek because of your size. Hey now, I'm not that short. Master, you are short. But you are very brave, and you have done an excellent job with your grandson. Thank you. Got our mortician's tools now. Making our way down here into the south to do work for this guy. Once we get here, once we've done this job, hopefully this this sickness is passed on. It looks like it might be fading. Contract fight corruption. We could silence our people or die, yeah. Or we're not siding with the people. You know, we're traditionalists from a proud noble family. We don't side with the peasants. Silence your people or die it is. Let's make haste to the next location. Do we need the mercenaries? Nope, we can do this one with just Pathfinder's gear. Oh, danger, this is fine. So I think I know the cure, but I'm pretty sure our doctor's good enough to just succeed automatically, so we'll do that. That's why we have a doctor and all those physician's tools. We're gonna run a little fast for a bit, just when we're doing these places where it's just moving from place to place. Oh, one of my kinsmen has created a cadet branch, but they're like, oh yeah, totally. I am going to take a second and make that not quartered. You know what, I'll just do that here, because I'm not doing anything to the other ones except take the quartering out, because oftentimes the quartering looks awful. It's very rare for the quartering to look good. Oh wait, I can't edit his house, can I? Yeah, I can't edit his house. Well, quartering it is. We have our first ugly quartering cadet branch. Nice. Alright, so fight corruption, silence your people or die. Well, let's make haste. Yeah, that's just going to always make it worse, because that's just so good. If we take, where is it? I don't know which one's for the wetlands. I guess there isn't one for wetlands? Oh no, it's just Pathfinder's gear. Just the same one. Alright, well, let's customize our route, because we're not going through a gross, dangerous swamp if we can help it. Not when there's a perfectly suitable mountainous desert right beside it, or hilly desert, I think that terrain actually is. Why would we go through the swamp when we can go through the hills? Silence your people or die, peasant. Let's make haste. Safe route, start travel. We are whittling our gold down. It's getting to the point where it might actually not, well, it'll probably be profitable. Okay, back to the camp. Yeah, we made a profit. That's good enough. Let's see. We don't, I don't think we're going to do any contracts down here. We're not going to move our camp over there. That's weird. We do have a transcribed texts here, which we will definitely do. There's some stewardship stuff here. Why don't we do these 3 jobs and then we'll do the university trip, because the plague is gone. But we don't want to leave behind good opportunities, right? Our life is about opportunity after all. Okay, that's good. Let's accept the contract and travel over there. We'll, you know, after this one, I think we're not going to do that. I think we're going to look for the monument expedition. We can get jobs later. Let's see. Let's take the easy 2. Let's go for the hard 3. Nice. And then we will draw inspiration from our own experiences, which should give us 7, which should be good. There we go. All right, let's see what kind of monuments that are close to where we're going that we might be able to visit. Monument expedition. So there is, whoa, like nothing. I mean, I suppose there's mines there. There's a lot of these mines, these ancient mines, right? And then there's the walls of Benin, which we will eventually go to. Don't get me wrong. It just might be, it's just definitely going to be post-university. Okay, let's customize our route going out. Actually, this is not the right way to do this. This is not logical. What we should do is we should move our camp to here first, right? And then we will take Pathfinder's gear. Then we'll curve our way around this stuff because we don't need to go fast. As long as it doesn't kill us on provisions. Because curving your routes like this does hurt provisions a moderate amount. There we go. It's about 100 more provisions than the original route. That's fine. And we will head up. We will head up to Sankor University in Tiraka in Timbuktu, the place that everybody in Europe talks about going to because it's super far away, that we're actually going to because that's the kind of man we are, you know? There we go. So this will be our new headquarters. And now we're going to do the monument expedition first. Actually, let's do the university trip first. The monument's not going anywhere. This is what we're here for. The university trip. We don't need to pay anything for the university trip, so we'll just reset our free stuff so we can have a baseline for next time. Maximize our effort, study hard, visit to the university, realize we have money left over, tell the guys, hey, oh, not quite enough. I was going to say, can you build us a better pavilion, but we'll wait. We'll probably have some money after the university trip, maybe. We are making a bit, right? Time to get started. Yes, indeed. Teaching at Tiraka takes place, for the most part, in oral form. The students are encouraged to exercise their rhetorical prowess and show the progress of their learning in debates in front of their peers and teachers. My man, you can do this. Let's debate the scriptures. Success. Nice. This is a university trip that's already starting off golden. Good job, my man. Taraka is a renowned center of studies that hosts both teachers and students from far and near. I had hardly thought much of it until today when a religious reference from Salah struck me as blasphemous and contrary to everything I've been taught. Yeah, but we don't care about that. You must have much more to teach. We can get tolerate heathens as an other opportunity, closer to becoming friends. This guarantees we become, oh no, it's closer to becoming friends. I am tempted by the religious conversion, but I think we're gonna push him to learn everything he has to teach. Not ready to jump down the religious conversion right now. Professor Salah, I have a question for you. Of course, Bernard. What can I help you with? Before I left to go south, the Nayab of the place I was staying told me that plagues are more uncomfortable in the desert, and it's been sticking with me. What did she mean? Ah, you are from climate that is much more even than here. Oftentimes there is great tragedy. There is so little in the desert, even in these oases, which makes sickness very hard on people. And there is the heat. Sometimes a person who would otherwise recover will die of heat exhaustion. Sometimes someone who is young will suffer much longer because of the inability to get cool rest. I think this is what she referred to. Thank you. I was very curious about it. We should after this check the camp for ladies because we have some money. The halls of the University of Taraka often echo with debates of students and teachers, some of which escalate into notorious rivalries, like between Salah and Nasil. Well, I do like Salah. I mean, he is the guy we just had a good time with, and this guy looks mean. But I think we try to take the both because I think it's the right answer. Massively more successful because we impressed our teachers. That's what we do. That's how you do it right there. That is how you make a university trip come together. 4 months in and we're already almost at 3. People from all over the known world gather in universities and religious centers to gain and share knowledge, but this is made possible only by the shared knowledge of a common language. So common language. The masters will teach me if I can try to learn Arabic. Time to hit the books. We learn Arabic flat. We just take a bunch of stress for it because we're fickle, and it becomes much more successful. Dialogue with the masters. That's interesting for 10 years. So we could try to learn it from books. Very good chance. Or we could just take the stress. I think we're going to learn it from books. Mastered Arabic. We are such a learned man. We did pick up a Latin when we're over in Rome. I mean, I don't think we'll be able to because I don't think you can get Latin except through university events. My in-depth studies in the Catholic doctrine at Taraka have confronted me with so many new questions. There must be meaning in the contradiction, of course. We are a contradictory person after all. We gained the book artifact. Our university has become more successful. We've already capped all the way to 4. Can't do better than that. Still got 30 days left. Okay, so this woman is trying to distract me. I mean, yeah, I mean, we take opportunities where we can get them, right? We create a bastard that way. We can invite them to our camp, right? We're not against that. We're gregarious. We enjoy a good time. It's not up to us to make decisions about her marriage. Okay, I would like Salah to come with us. Why? Because we love learned people in our camp. He's quite old, but he's also very healthy for a person his age. Let's bring him along. We'll finish our university trip. Our professor is now joining us on the road. Nice. We gained a bunch of learning perks. I mean, I think we go straight to strength and diversity, and then we hit up camp scientists. We're kind of fixing our scholar situation. And we've also increased our education to 4 stars, which is very good. Good outcome. Let's see if there's anybody here who might be a good prospect. Keep doing that. Who might be a good prospect for marrying. Okay, we should mingle with the locals at the tavern. Let's listen to the story. We'll go with the hospitaller experience because that's what we've been doing. See who's ready for recruitment. Oh, she's here. And she's totally married to this guy. You're totally married. Pretty sure if I brought her along, she would bring her husband with her. And I can't get her to divorce. And there's this lowborn woman. I mean, neither of them have anything that really strikes me as being permanent relationship style. And we don't need anybody else enough. I mean, she could marry someone else. How expensive is she? 141. She's a passable diplomat. Let's do it. We need more women in the camp. I should probably have checked for jobs, but I don't have to do it immediately because there are several jobs around here I would do. Right, so we need to arrange a marriage for you to somebody. I would marry her to Gaboto. Did I not already marry you to somebody? Was there not a marriage here already? I thought there was a marriage here already. Oh, I have a grandson. Where did you come from? Oh, you came from this, yeah. He needs to be educated. We don't know what he wants to do with his life yet. Oh no, I married the last guy to the second, didn't I? Yeah. You can marry my giant. It's good. Do we have any positions we want filled that aren't currently filled? Oh yeah, chief cook for sure. Everyone is terrible. Why can't we find a good cook around here? What is with you all that you have to be so bad at cooking? It's fine, let's do some work. We need to get some provisions back anyway. We spent a lot. We also should, we should actually go back to town and go here because we need soldiers, right? Because we did a job that expended them. So go to the demoralized soldiers. Ride with me, the prominent master Bernard Hugh. Yes, I'm looking specifically for any men who want a life of adventure to replace their boring lives. That is why we come. This is a settle boundary dispute. We will do that immediately. Good. We're not perfect at these. Oh, right. We also have the 2 new books. We should look at them. Study about warfare as an inventory item. Gives us some martial learning. That's weird that we got a martial book. That's okay, though. We're not... Oh, it's a journal. Interesting. I like the fact that those are now journals. And this is yes and no. Oh, they're both journals. That's annoying. Okay, making some of them journals is cool, but making them all journals just makes it hard for you to carry items. Yes and no is actually better for us, I think, than the illustrious study about warfare, which I don't see us using. They have otherwise very similar benefits, so we'll use yes and no. I suppose one of those would have been a court artifact if it had been, we had a court, right? Yeah. Okay, let's settle this boundary dispute. Arbitration, favorable pasture. It is something we can only solve with our stewardship, but our stewardship seems to be enough. We get them some fine horses, we get paid, and we get some provisions. All of what we came here for. Another happy patron. All right, that's great. Let's now do this settle boundary dispute. We're just gonna wander the land doing some jobs. We should switch this over to the free one. Just to keep costs down when we're in safe territory, right? Again, our daughter should do this because she's the physician, and that's why she was hired for the job, to do the job. Another wandering perk. Souvenirs aplenty. Whenever you camp, gain 10 opinion of courtiers and guests. Oh, cool. Also, there was provision capacity, which is always useful. We're getting down close to the end of it. Nice. I don't know, maybe we'll do another one of these. There's a lot of good stuff in Wayfarer, too. They have a good synergy with each other. Or we could move back over to learning, finish up the scholar, I think. Might be good, too. I haven't really decided yet. We're now 53. We're starting to want to look out there for a wife. Local arbitration, local landmark. So they want us to help with this landmark. All right, we can do it. Good enough. Getting contacts with all of the people in the region. It's also helpful to our children that we are getting raised up to stay in a territory where we have high development. Although this isn't as high development as we were before, to be fair. It's only 18, but it is enough to trigger it, I'm pretty sure. And if it's not, well, this is where we're staying. It's the university. Court, child. We have another granddaughter. Yep, another granddaughter. This is actually the older of the 2, right? No, they're twins. I didn't even notice they had twins. I thought it was a single child. Cool. Well, nobody here strictly needs an education yet that doesn't already have one. You could take yours now, though, my granddaughter. We could put you on diplomacy. And then we could find a good diplomat to educate you, who probably won't be me. Oh yeah, my teacher could do it. Absolutely. It's fine. And keep your culture. Can I speak with you, Professor? Yes, of course, Master Bernard Hugh. What can I do for you? Oh, just call me Bernard. Of course. I wanted to offer you something that, where I come from, would be a great honor, but I'm not sure if you would consider it to be one. What is that? I would like you to tutor my granddaughter. I see. Yes, passing on education to the young is something that I find very rewarding. I would be glad to do so. Good, because I didn't want there to be any sort of cultural difficulty. No, not at all. We also value those who educate the young here, and I'm glad to hear that you do as well. What's next? More boundary disputes, right? Yes. Oh, that's collect taxes. Collect taxes is also fine. We will do the collect taxes. It's a little longer, it's true, but still, collecting taxes is good. This is improve ruler reputation, which we might do. We're not actors, though. And we got tutor child, which is great for us. Oh, I'll start with you. Look through his financial records. Look for telltale signs of misdeeds. That coin is on the we will look for telltale signs of misdeeds. Okay. Not good so far. We look through the records, or we'll look through the records. There is still Tori. Okay. We shall see if you are hiding anything, sir. These guys are not terribly secretive. Okay. So, we have gathered together the information that almost all of these people are actually, you know, unable to pay as much as they are being asked to. I think we have enough evidence, so let's get them to pay, and we will leave. Nobody's happy because we figured out that everybody needed to pay more taxes, which makes sense because, you know, there wouldn't be a problem if everybody didn't need to pay more taxes. Ruin rambling, we always do this because we're brave. Oh, we found a small trinket. It's not good. It's not good. I think because we've been in the castle for a while, I think we're gonna move ourselves over to the city. I think that makes sense. It's nice to visit a city once in a while, right? We're not putting this on because it's trash. Okay, and let's visit, do that every time, the city. We will mingle with the locals of the tavern. This time I'm gonna do the free one just in case we can afford somebody new. Nice story. See if there's anyone to recruit. She's following us everywhere. Look, okay, it was a one-time thing, right? That's all I'm saying. This woman, ooh, she's a wise woman. Ooh, she's very able. Am I willing to go into debt for somebody who's this able? I mean, she's a wise woman, she's learned, she's a 27, she's a gardener, she's a theologian, she's even loyal. And then there is this woman who is not good at all. I'm gonna go into debt a little bit to bring her into the camp. We're done here. I was thinking of something else, so let's go to the town. Oh, first we want to see if we can sell that awful thing. I would be willing to part with the stained glass shard. Yeah, I don't want that. That's it's just cluttering my pockets. Then we'll go to the town crier. Diplomatic, lucrative opportunities is stealing, right? Justicar contracts. We'll put the diplomatic stuff out there. It's not our forte, but we're not bad at it. Might be some jobs we can do there, as long as they're not, you know, plays, because we're not an actor. Okay, let's do the educate child, because that's the one that's out there right now that most suits us. We do like to educate children, after all. We need to make a little bit of money back. Now, this is the woman we just brought in. She's 35 years old. I mean, she is very, very smart. The problem is we have a trait conflict with her, right? The problem with a trait conflict is, I mean, it resolves though, doesn't it? Wait, no we don't. Why did I think she's not zealous? I mean, she's loyal, she's a theologian, she's very educated. She would definitely keep up. She's a little older, but we're in our 50s, that doesn't matter to us too much. We have alternatives if we don't produce any children. Let's do it. Make a request. That's hilarious. We're not taking money from our new wife because of, just because we can. No, that's not what we're doing. You have been watching me at the fire every single night, Master Bernard Hugh. Please, just call me Bernard. Bernard, then. I see your eyes. What are you thinking? You're a very wise woman, and we're both interested in the same thing, the way people live their lives, faith, and such, and I thought, what did you think? I thought we should be married. That is very sudden. Well, we're both getting older. You more than me, sir. Certainly. And I've never found a woman that I thought could keep up with me before. I see. So it is my mind, then, that you're after. We should try to develop a better relationship with her. We could seduce her. I think we will seduce our wife. Now, if you're going to marry someone for the theoretical chance of creating an heir, you might as well do the work. Put the work in, right? Okay, so generally we pick the one that it is because we're best at it. Because, sorry, we don't pick the one it is. We just pick our learning and just push on how good we are at learning to get through these. Because even our secondary stats aren't comparable to our learning anymore. Here we go. The art of self-defense. I could get Hamid to do it for me, but I would rather do it myself because I'm so learned that I am better at teaching it than someone who has personal experience. That's how good I am at learning. We have some maker requests. Could you give us some men-at-arms? Ooh, crossbowmen, nice. Could you give us some gold then? And then could you give us some men-at-arms, please? Armored footmen. Wow, we're getting a very diverse army. There's nothing wrong with that though. We should probably go to a castle soon and refresh them. I am quite enjoying our time in the camp. I wonder if our sister will be disappointed when she finds out we married a common woman that we found in a town in an inn. I don't think she will at this point. I think if it produces an heir, she'll be happy. As long as the lineage goes on, is what she'll probably say. Teaching moment examiner. What a successful outcome. What a successful child. I'm glad that we were able to help that child become a better man. In the same way that we help the children of our own camp to become better people, right? A moment alone. Ooh. No one would ever find it strange that I sit with my wife by the fireplace until late in the evening, yet there is tension in the air. I want nothing more than to pull her close and tear the clothes from her body. But if she knew that, would she be horrified? Or a hand on her hand would say it all. We are alone, and I will not deny myself her lips. It would be a terrible shame to ruin a wonderful evening. I think we go for it. A moment on our own. You and I, my dearest wife. Ah, yes. Let's do this. We will regale the court of Naib Hiba. Nice. Shil. Oh, Gobo. That beard is strange in you, sir. You should change it. We will put you in as the shill because you're good at it. And we'll also put Saka in as the shill because he's good at it. Our poet will be our wife. Oh, yeah, go for it. Poem away. A moment alone. Again. So we're stealing kisses repetitively by the campfire when people aren't around. Husband. Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought you have not been able to keep your hands off me since you've been married. I thought that you were after my mind. I don't know. I was never like this with my first wife. Yes, I've heard so many rumors that the pale northerners are prudish and don't engage, but you are not proving to be like that at all, husband. I don't know. Something just since I've been on the road, something in my blood. I'm not objecting. It's just a surprise. Our distant shores and far off climes. So basically, we're starting to feel like we need to move on. Being both Valenciano and Catholic, my alien way of life is endlessly fascinating. Many of them have never seen one of my kind before. Let me tell you about Valenciano living. I could do that. Catholicism is a mysterious thing. I would prefer to focus on culture than religion. It is an enthralling tale, and that really helps us out. We need to pause, though, because we're like burning through time, and we haven't even put all our people in yet. A devoted follower. What a great display. Okay, so my daughter is helping out extra, is she? A moment, my master. Sanka stops me, and I survey the encampment. She is still breathing heavily when she addresses me, maintaining eye contact. So, you think you would be helpful? I could put her into the devotee slot. Okay, that would create a new slot that will help it succeed better. She's not very good at it, but it exists. So our musician should be... I mean, we can get the old professor to do it, or we can get Chuga to do it. I think you will do it, sir. Finally, the socialite can be my brother, because that makes a lot of sense. Alright, let's do this thing then. As a scholar of the diplomatic arts, I'm well aware of the power of eloquent compliment. Showing admiration for a woman's best quality is a sure path to her heart. I shall write a letter to Aisha complimenting her brave, unfettered spirit. She is brave. She's forgiving, impressive physical shape. Haha, do that. Our compliment is well received. I would hope so. I mean, the whole thing has been extraordinarily successful. It has been quite the enjoyable experience, actually. Meeting our wife and now getting to know her better. We are still early in the process here. We're full on provisions, which is good. We probably should use some then to refill our men-at-arms, since we will get some from this mission, right? And I guess the question is, while we're letting this go through, where do we go next? Because we don't really need to be here anymore, and Plague is returning. I was originally saying we were going to try to come like through Nubia and then up through Egypt, and I think that might be interesting. We could also make a dangerous desert journey up to the coast here, but I do want to end up in Cairo before we head over to Ruthenia, which has grown intensely. Vladislav, out here getting the work done. Oh, Nina is in charge. Wait, no. They appear to have lost everything right when we were watching. Poor Nina. I wonder what happened to Alexander. Okay, so we have finished seducing our wife. As we are united in marriage, we are now united in heart. Yes. Goodly done. Who is this guy? And what did he do? Who is your father? Oh, the insider. The guy I was worried about. Yeah, he took it. Because Prince Alexander is now an adventurer. Got ousted. And his son holds his territory. Well, you know, it can happen, right? He is his son's regent. All right, well, instability is the name of the game. We have now a wife, and she has been seduced. Let's finish this job, and then I think we're going to bring the episode to an end. We're going to travel over here to Nubia, I think. I'm going to come down here and visit the walls of Benin here, and then we'll come up through Nubia, and then we'll go up to Cairo. And that is when we will hit the ocean and head to Kiev. I think that's the journey. I think at this point, now that we've finished our university trip, we're just going to go for it. We're not going to spend much time. We're also going to visit the mine up here. We said we were going to. We'll do that next episode. We got a couple more advantages to get here before we can finish it. Will our wife have a child for us? Will we find a way to adopt Gaboto? I mean, we don't have to adopt Gaboto. He could be just a good loyal servant, right? Pinkish hues. Early evening is a time of intense activity for the camp. People and supplies tossed this way and that. As our portable home is set down once more, habitually, it is also a time to take a walk, to clear my head and escape the noise for a time. As I crest Dusty Hill, I see the last pinkish rays of the dying sun bathe the drylands below, drenching the landscape in soft rose light. From hill to hill, hamlet to hamlet, blanketing the many little villages of the area in calm stillness. What a beautiful sight. Perhaps even one worth sharing. Okay, we could do it by ourselves. We could call for our wife. Do I even know you very well? Who are you? I don't know. I don't even remember. Okay, I do sort of remember you. No, we call up our wife. Yeah, obviously we call up our wife. Okay, yeah, there's a lot to do still. We are a very educated and learned man. Now that our professor is with us, we can travel the world as a true scholar of knowledge. Now, there is one thing we can do that I keep avoiding because it feels like it's not supposed to be right. Oh, child of my dynasty. My brother and my courtier, my caravan master, they have had a daughter, and they want to call her Escalmunda. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Oh, she is ugly. Poor kid, where'd you get that from? I don't see it in either of them. Well, whatever. Sometimes it just turns out that way. Poor girl. Gonna have a hard life. Well, we'll see to her, you know. Oh, it's occupied. Yeah. I was going to say, this feels kind of like it's not supposed to work like this, but it does, so we'll do it. Where you can come to these places while you're still doing another job. Bring recruit competent scribes. Costs a little bit of money, but it's worth it. Let's put on our 2 free travel options and see if that's good enough for us to feel safe. It looks like it will be. Yep. And let's head out there. We'll visit the monument while our people continue to work on the mission. And basically, we're going to go and check out these mines, right? We are fascinated by development and the way different cultures do different things. We our second trip out to a mine we've ever went to. Got another wandering perk we can take. I like this one, but let's increase our diplomatic range. I think that's good. You know, are the 2 diplomatic range distances crossing over enough? No, not enough. I bet if we hit the sea, though, maybe we hit the coast here so we can talk to our sister. The travails of a cook. Yeah, we still don't have a good cook. Unless one of the new people can be a cook. We'll check that again. Chief cook. Still poor. What makes a good cook, I wonder? Nurture or nature? Okay, she now considers herself to be a Valenciano. Nice. Expedition monument. Sites of the Tagaza mining pits. I would like to know how things are run around here. I think that is the best thing to spend this journey on. On my command, march forward steady, as if the ground itself guides your steps, the commander shouts to his 2 watchmen. It seems there is a military demonstration near the Tagaza mining pits. Observing the maneuver and tactics of these border guardsmen fills me with a sense of respect and awe. There is surely something for us Valencianos to learn from the display. The commander will teach me these tactics. Okay, you gain imported tactics. Strong hook. Okay. What position would this put him in? It's not putting him in a position, but he does join us. I think we're going to do that. We can always use good men, right? As the silhouette of the enormous mine breaks the horizon, anticipation swells within me. The heart of the Sahara, the Tagaza mining pits, is a harsh but crucial source of salt. Caravans traverse great distances to this desolate place, seeking the salt that is more valuable than gold in these lands. Time to make notes. Time to make notes. We're here to learn, not to make friends. Friends can come later. All right. Get your miniature Tagaza mining pits here. So they're selling a miniature of the mining pits. They are of remarkable quality. Show me how they're made. No, I think we're going to take one. I'll take one. It's good to have little objects to remember your journeys by. Take pity on the poor, Baya. A few coins is all I need. The woman begs with a trembling voice. What do you know of this place? Tell me everything so I can give her money in exchange for information. I think that's what we'll do. It was very focused to do that, but it's also worthwhile, you know? The time has come to pack my things and head back home. I have wandered the grounds of the Tagaza mining pits and seen many sights, made notes and drawings, and met with the local birders. I do not believe I will forget this journey anytime soon. Farewell, Tagaza mining pits. Farewell, rich Tagaza. All right, we'll leave. We got the extra point for 2 stewardship. It will finish our expedition. And when we get back, our people will be able to finish their work as well. The next time we can move toward Nubia on our long journey to Kiev. With that though, I think we're going to bring this episode to an end. Let's execute this mission successfully, seize the opportunity, get some money. We should probably also, before we leave, ask him for some money. Ask everybody for some money, really. Oh, we found a wandering knight, the Ashari birder. He's relatively skilled. Well, let's bring him in. Nothing wrong with a huge entourage. Let's make requests of everybody we can before we leave the region. Also gold from you. People around here seem to actually like me, except this guy who doesn't like me at all, or at least he's not willing to give me anything. And this guy likes me okay too, but it doesn't look like he's willing to give me anything either. No, I don't need a contract from him. All right. With that, we will bring this episode to an end. Next time, as I said, we will head to Nubia, where we will visit the ancient land of Nubia and then north to the even more ancient land, well, equally ancient land of Egypt, and then head across the sea to Kiev. Hope you join us then as the journey continues. Goodbye for now.